Today I'm working on a wedding, and I have 9 of these beautiful 10-inch cylinder bowls that I'm working on. I'm almost done. I got to do a few more things, and then I have 10 more other things to do. So we're going to work on these today. Wedding work is probably one of my favorite things to do yet. After doing it for 38 years, I still truly enjoy doing all my brides. I had the cutest bride in, and actually they're a personal friend. The family is good friends of ours, and she actually babysitted for our boys. And she said, "Oh gosh, Dawn, this is my wedding colors. I'm gonna do light blue and dark blue and a little mauve." I'm like, all right. And then she said, "I want to do vintage." And I'm like, okay. So when I think vintage, I think 1900, like old, like very old. And then the mom was there, and the mom kind of laughed. She said, "Tell Dawn what you think is vintage." And she said, like the 1980s with the pine wood frames and things like that. I was speechless because I started to giggle, and I'm like, that's not vintage. I lived through that already. So it's amazing what all comes back around and what comes in style. That's, I think, what's so fun about the job is, in my profession, is that you see things, the trends come and go. Now, if you would see the little white geese with a little blue bow on it in your kitchen again, I will never do that again. I can promise you that, because I didn't do it back then in the 80s and the 90s, and I won't do it now. But I had a laugh about that. But the color trends and everything do change. It's important for me to stay up with the color trends. That's why I like to be on the internet and always checking things. I make a recipe up, so I know exactly how much to order and everything. So that's, I do that like 2 or 3 weeks out before the wedding. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is do my filler. And she has chosen a little bit of the gypsophilia. Okay, we have these done. And so then what we're going to do is start on our next centerpiece. I like to see 3 different scapes on a wedding setup. I like to see something tall that we're going to do next, something maybe medium to short, and then something totally different, maybe like with candles or things like that. So, and you have to be very careful that you don't get into the conversation area. So when this is sitting on the dinner table, that you don't want them to block the view of conversation. So this is short enough, and you'll be able to look over it when you're eating and being at the dinner table. So we got these done, and let's start on the next big ones. On the next centerpiece that I'm going to do is this beautiful vase. So the bride actually brought this vase in, so it's not considered a rental from us. And we are going to do a beautiful arrangement into this container, and then we're going to set it on the top. So it's going to look gorgeous there at her reception. But it's too high for me to design up there, so I just bring down a bucket and I just do it right here. So let's go ahead and get this greened up. This is probably one of my favorite things for weddings. I love these big, tall, beautiful pieces. I just think they're so beautiful. And a lot of these receptions are such large, tall ceilings. It looks great to do a few of these throughout your centerpieces to give you some height. So we're going to work with that. This Italian ruckus is beautiful, and it gives you that beautiful, graceful flow down. I love mixing my greenery. I like to use 2 or 3 different types, 4 different types of greens in my big work. Gives us our shape that we are going to stay with, and you can tell the way this foliage just works out great for that. So we're going to go ahead and put our flowers in. I always start with a nice line flower. Beautiful. They work great. They're the perfect line flower. Okay, so that gives us our beautiful shape that we're going to be sticking with. So let's go ahead and add our lilies next. Look at these gorgeous white lilies. This is spectacular. This is a Monte Blanc, and they are just incredible. Wow, that really fills up a great void, and it's a great visual impact. Okay, the last thing we're going to put in is this beautiful white wax. I love wax. It's just so pretty. The neat thing about wax is when you pull the leaves off of the stem and you smell the stem, it smells like lemon pledge. It has a very lemony fragrance to it. So that's kind of neat. The foliage even smells a little lemony, but definitely from the wooden stem. And see what she looks like. Ooh, yeah, she's gorgeous. Okay, I only have 4 more to do, and I'll be done for the day. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel.